What's up guys, it's me, Emily G, back at you again with another commentary video. I'm getting pretty exhausted here. I've been filming a few videos on the channel and I just changed shirts because I don't want all the thumbnails to look exactly the same. I thrifted this like sweater vesty kind of thing a few months ago and I really liked it. And now that I have it on, and this is the problem because when I go thrifting or shopping, I don't always try stuff on. And I don't know, I don't like the way my arms look. And I don't know, I don't usually wear like very sleeveless or near sleeveless stuff. So let me know how I should style this. I know with sweater vests, you wear like a shirt or something long sleeve under it. I would get way too hot filming, but I don't know. Let me know if I'm doing it right. Maybe it's the color that's not right and I don't want to blend in with the sofa, the good old thrifted sofa. We thrift here on this channel. Go for the environment, very sustainable. Anyways, let me know what you think. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am Emily, it's me, Emily G, and I don't know, we're going through these videos here. I started doing commentary recently before I was doing more like crafty kind of videos, and I've discovered in this personal journey that wow, those take me a long time to like edit, and I really don't like editing. So these are really quick for me to get out. I'm not monetized at this moment because I know a lot of people are like, ugh, well, you're just doing it so you can get monetized. I mean, that is a goal, I'm gonna be honest, but I'd also love to build a community here and talk about things that we find interesting. And so today we are talking about something I find very interesting, and I think you guys might find my take a little interesting because I am not a child of the internet. Back when all of this came out with Gabbie Hanna, who we're talking about today, when she first went on her like very unwell spiral and became big on the internet and the what if I'm the monster meme, and when all of that happened, I was busy in marching band in high school. I did not have time for the phone. I did not have time for the internet. I was out the door at 6 a.m. for school and I was there until 8 p.m. at night. Maybe not 8 p.m. That's a stretch. Although, no, I would have been there until 8 p.m. And I came home, ate dinner, and went to bed, right? Like, it was the army, but for music. And so, I don't know, I don't have a background of being chronically online. And I feel like I'm gonna have a different take. Let me get comfy. I feel like I'm gonna have a different take than a lot of people on some of this. But I feel like today specifically, I wanna add some things to it, but you're gonna find out my take pretty quickly. So I have to give you a little background TLDR here on what's going on specifically right now with Gabbie Hanna, who actually goes by Gabbie Kroner or Cronin. I think it's Kroner. She got remarried. Some of her handles and things still say Gabbie Hanna because of course that's what she's known as, but she does go by a different last name. For the sake of this video, Gabbie, please forgive us. I might be addressing you as Gabbie Hanna just because that's how I and most of the internet knows you as. I will try to correct myself when I can. But anyways, there was a video that Gabbie released in response to Tara's World. Tara's World, I am not familiar with until I heard it through some of the people that I like to watch. I guess she is a girl named Tara, pretty obviously, and she does TikToks. She is in her early 20s. Again, like I'm not on the internet too much. I don't know her. I haven't heard of her before any of this. But there was recently a scandal that, I say scandal, not even a cancellation. There was recently this situation online where this TikToker Tara had been yelling at a fan or arguing with a fan back and forth about this top that she wanted to borrow for, I think it was New Year's. And the short story is the internet was mad at her, rightfully so, because Tara had blown up at this fan of hers who offered to loan her the shirt, and when Tara tried to reach out again and say, let's organize this, the fan didn't answer back because we found out that they were a nurse working, I guess it was an overnight shift, weren't allowed to have their phone, they were in the OR, like it was big thing, working, much more important than TikTok and lending people tops, right? And Tara got all upset, and even when confronted with this information about the fan being a nurse, maybe Tara didn't believe that, I don't know. Tara got very upset and was like, well, you're not taking my time into consideration. So Tara put this out on the internet, and the whole internet, rightfully so, was like, Tara, you're being ridiculous. It's a shirt. You're very wealthy. You have all the time and the resources to go find this yourself. And if you can't, either way, you shouldn't be bothering your fans about it. Like, they're not your friends. You're not here to be borrowing clothing from strangers on the internet when you clearly have this power dynamic, and it's very odd. And I agree with this completely, barely knowing who Tara is or any of this, right? But we have a recent development in this story, which is that Gabbie Hanna, Gabbie Kroner, did a TikTok video, and we're going to try to react to it here. I have not reacted to anything thus far on this channel video-wise because A, I'm afraid of it getting taken down and shutting my channel down when we're this early and new, and B, my editing skills aren't the best. So we're gonna see what we can do here. Hang on, we're gonna try our best. And I'm gonna go in real time, and this might be a little messy, but we're gonna do what we can. So I've got the video here, I downloaded it, and I wanna go over it in real time. But Gabbie is personally addressing Tara, and let's take a look at the video. I'm gonna have to be quiet while it's running, and then I'm gonna pause and give you thoughts. So let's see what we've got here, okay?
This video is for Tara's world and Tara's world only. If you're not Tara's world, feel free to continue watching. And Tara,
let me stop you right there. I hate to pause so early. One of my biggest pet peeves with people posting online things is where, and especially this happens on TikTok, which I had to re-download TikTok for this because I can't be on TikTok. I will scroll forever and it makes me feel really crappy. So I don't have TikTok. Re-downloaded it, download this video, deleted TikTok. I don't care. One of the biggest pet peeves I have with internet videos like this is where people will say, this video is specifically for so-and-so, and if you're not them, keep scrolling. Why would you post this? Why? I mean, obviously it's for the views, right? There's a level of like, I'm doing this publicly instead of privately. Gabbie, if you had something to say to Tara specifically, and it was gonna be this long-winded, because this is gonna be a longer video for TikTok at least, and you wanted people who weren't her to keep scrolling, why would you post it? It makes me so upset. Obviously she knows what she's doing, but I hate when people start out with that.
if this is you watching, please watch. I'm not going to be mean to you. Listen. I just want you to hear this. We've met in person, chill vibes. I really liked you. I thought you were very sweet. So, listen. So I hadn't heard of you before we met at Jubilee.
Okay, I just also want to add too, already, and I have seen this video before. I watched someone else react to it. But I want to throw my 2 cents here. I have seen this video before, and watching this like directly on my phone, there's some extra level of like, oh God, like it feels very personal and uncomfortable. Why? And again, maybe it's because I chose not to scroll, Gabbie, sorry, but you knew what you were doing posting this. Why are we so personally addressing her? She starts off being very nice in a little of like a grabby way of like, in the sense that, hey, like, oh my God, I just have to tell you this, and you are so wonderful, and the kind of way where you know someone has something else to add in the end of it, but you just let them butter you up and get through it because they're not gonna start off being mean. I don't like how she starts this video.
Right? I was so afraid to go to the Jubilee thing because I was like, okay, I've been asked to be a part of this thing. Do all influencers look alike? Who's gonna be there? What are they gonna ask? Is this some type of trap? Am I gonna feel pit? Like, who's gonna be there, right? And then I get there later than everyone and I walk out and I see.
I almost feel like I have to speed this video up. I don't even know that my editing skills are that good to speed it up, but I'm starting to remember that she talks a lot about this experience she had, and it's kind of just there for no reason. And I don't know, I'm gonna try to speed this up. Let's see how it goes.
You guys all lined up, and I'm like, I don't recognize pretty much any of these people. We're all on a fresh slate. As far as like I was concerned, like fresh slate, let's get to know each other. My opinion and impression of you was she's sweet, she's articulate, she's honest. And then
I've decided I'm not even gonna speed this up. Let's just skip through a little bit. All right, editing Emily, skip through a little bit. I don't feel like watching this long-winded intro. I'm sorry.
We got to talk and I went home. I was like curious about everybody that I'd met. So this was my first exposure to you on the internet, was I met you at Jubilee and I was like, I'm interested. So I went and I was like searching up and I was watching some of your vlogs first and foremost. And then I went to your TikTok and I was just like, this girl has insane discipline. Insane. Like, it is so hard for me to like get up out of bed because we both don't have to go to a regular job. I literally praise the Lord. We are so...
Let me stop you right there. First of all, I feel like, and maybe I'm being rude, I feel like specifically the discipline comment comes a little out of left field with, I guess she said you get up in the morning and I remember she said something about the gym, but like getting up every day, every morning. Yes, I guess that takes discipline, but it almost feels like when you're being interviewed or you're interviewing someone and you like, and they say nothing to you that makes sense, and you kind of have to build something off of that, and you're just like grasping for anything that could mean anything, so it sounds like you're adding to the conversation. That's what this feels like, is a conversation that Gabbie's having with herself to say, you are so dedicated. I watch your videos and you get up out of bed. That takes a lot. I'm not making fun of anyone. Like, yeah, it does take a lot, but I gotta wonder where she's going with this, because right now what she says doesn't make sense. Now she's talking about having a regular job, or not having a regular job she's thankful for. I don't know what Gabbie does right now. I'm sure she is very well off from her previous internet experience, but I do remember I thought she was either at a yoga studio, or she tried working some regular 9 to 5. I don't know if she's still there teaching classes or whatever. Fascinating to me.
That we don't have to go to a regular job. Nobody gets to have that experience, right? How are you so disciplined? How are you waking up early just cause to go to the gym? How? Like, you're working hard.
Now, maybe also this is me being not naive. What's the word that I want to use here? Maybe this is me being used to putting myself down. But if I was Tara in this situation, not even if I was Tara, if Gabbie was addressing me directly, I would almost feel like she's making fun of me at this point, because we are hammering in the compliments and the discipline a little too much for me, at least personally. And maybe Tara was flattered watching this in the beginning, but it almost feels to me like she's making fun of her at this point with how, oh my God, you are amazing that you get up and go to the gym. Like, okay, yeah, I go to the gym. Like, I don't know. It almost feels like how you'd be made fun of. People made fun of me when I was like a little kid, right? As you do. Some people bully people. I don't like to use bullying. I think it's an overused term. But, I didn't have the best time in middle school, right? And so when people compliment you in middle school, when people are being mean to you, it feels backhanded, this compliment. That's where I'm trying to go with this.
You are focused on your business. Like, you are actually trying to expand yourself and be consistent. Like, I see it. I see your work ethic. I see your discipline.
And I'm sorry to keep pausing. This is a reaction video. So if you want to go see Gabbie's TikTok in full, then go to Gabbie's TikTok and watch it in full. I've got to do all this for fair use and things, and I really don't want to get this flagged. So Gabbie, please don't take this down. Yeah. Where was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought, which you'll find is also a common theme here. She is going on way too much with the compliments here, I think. She's definitely buttering it up. And I also feel like maybe it's because I don't know what their relationship is personally, but it sounds to me how Gabbie said they've only met once or twice before with this Jubilee thing, which is like a YouTube video where they bring in creators and they do stuff. It feels very, dare I say, parasocial, because I know that's starting to be overused a lot too. Gabbie, do you know Tara personally? Like, well? Like, why are we going for Tara personally here in video? If you knew her personally, surely you'd keep this conversation personal and not post it on TikTok. But it does feel like it's giving, Gabbie, you're doing too much. Gabbie, why do you feel entitled to tell her this publicly, like you're her best friend, or like you guys are very close? I get the feeling they don't actually know each other that well, other than maybe have met in passing once or twice. But it's coming off as you're trying to be too close. I don't know.
I see the natural gifting that you have. I see your beauty. I see this enigmatic charm that people can't explain it. You can't explain it, but you just have it. You just have it.
Maybe I'm terrible at accepting compliments, but again, if I was Tara, I would be so uncomfortable with how personal we're getting on a public platform, and how many compliments are being thrown when I, Tara, would probably personally not know you, Gabbie. That's just me.
People are interested. There are very, very few people in my whole life that I've like thought about enough to go and type in, I want to see, what are they posting today? That's you. It's like, why am I that person that people...
And that could be me. Watch some other videos on my channel, please.
I just want to look up and watch. Literally, you're that person for me. Like, I'm like, what is she doing? I'm interested, right? So this is how I feel about you, right? That's what I feel about you. That's who I think you are. That's what I see in you. I see the talent, tenacity, beauty, hard work, the it factor. Like, you have all of that.
We are really setting something up here, and I fear for what is to come, because this has been a minute or two now of just buttering up and saying, I adore you, you're so important, right? Like, basically almost exactly what she said. It just feels like it's too much, and if they don't know each other that well, what are you setting up here for?
Here's where I wish I could just like hug you and shake you.
Okay, there we go. That's what it is. You've gotta lead the person on, is what Gabbie's doing here, I guess. I guess she wanted to keep Tara there, but and again, I don't know Tara at all. I don't watch her videos. This is the first time I'm hearing about her is with the shirt scandal thing, so forgive me. I would be insulted for many reasons about this video, but specifically with the compliments at the beginning, it feels very under or backhanded, in the sense that, do you think I wouldn't watch this video about me if there weren't so many compliments? Like, do you, Gabbie, think I, Tara, am so self-absorbed that I can't be bothered to click on a video that's not positively speaking about me? Maybe Tara is like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know her. But we're just opening up here, just really trying to reel in the fish, and it's so uncomfortable and definitely backhanded in that sense, I think.
Somebody who's been there. Hey, babe, listen to me.
Don't bathe anybody, Gabbie. You don't know her. You're not friends. This is uncomfortable.
Stop doing the stuff that is hurting your soul for the sake of making money. I know how hard that is to hear or even under.
Gabbie, question. How did you make money? How did you make money? I assuming we're talking about Tara's OnlyFans or whatever she does behind the scenes with the X work, right? Gabbie, didn't you make most of your money from attacking other people online? Like, to be so plain about it, right? Now, I fear that we're in for a long video about Gabbie preaching to what other people should be doing with their lives, because if you didn't know, Gabbie Hanna is now super religious, which, right, it's great, but to push that onto other people, and because you, a religious person, have felt like you have totally, completely just changed, and now you think you're better than everybody else, right? Like, I understand this personal journey that Gabbie has gone through has made her feel like she is reborn and a completely different person. But to try to make other people feel a certain way is just crossing such a horrible line. And I'm not trying to diminish anybody's religions here. I'm not trying to push anti-religion on anybody. I'm specifically saying, can we please keep to ourselves in that sense, right? Unless invited by others, let's keep our religion to ourselves, please. Thank you.
Understand if you weren't. I'm not saying anything about the way you were raised. I literally have zero information on how you were raised, what you were raised to believe, like what type of trauma you might have been through. Like, I genuinely have no idea. It seems like you have a really good relationship with your parents. That's amazing. Like, to have that type of like friendship with your parents is amazing. But
again, where are we going with this? Why are we bringing up how you, Gabbie, sorry, there's a lot of people involved. There's me, there's you, the audience, there's Gabbie, there's Tara. How is Tara's family and relationships relevant to whatever this conversation you're going to bring up about how she earns her money relevant? I think it's very uncomfortable. I think it's like a personal dig, isn't it? To be like, you should be so grateful for what you have. Okay, like maybe everyone needs to be reminded of gratitude here and there. I just think it's a low blow.
the life that you're leading and living is not making you happy. It's not. You confess it almost every day. I was crying all day. So this thing was happening. I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown.
I should also point out here, and maybe I'm coming off as harsh because I have already seen this video and this might be your first time seeing this video, but I did want to react to this live with you guys and address things as they happen here. So forgive me if I'm coming off harsh, but I do know what is to come. And specifically here where she says, you know, you've got the family and Gabbie, trust me. Or sorry, Tara, trust me, listen to me. You don't know her. You've met once or twice. It's just so personal and it's so uncomfortable to watch as not Tara. Imagine how uncomfortable it is to watch as Tara. I think Gabbie is the one who is being very parasocial here. And it's unfortunate because wouldn't you as a public persona understand how parasocial relationships affect people negatively? Apparently not. Some people I don't know.
I'm spiraling, like you're saying it all the time, because your soul is not in alignment with your purpose.
And again, sorry, I hate to keep pausing, but it is a react. She's talking specifically about how unhappy Tara is and how Tara's always complaining and saying, oh, I'm tired, or I can't say this, I cried about this all the time. I'd like to remind the audience that Tara, who I don't know for heck, right, but I know of her and what she does online, kind of gives me, like, dare I say, Tana Mojo vibes, because I know Tana has come out against Tara and they are not friends. But reminds me of Tana in the sense that Tara has a young audience who wants to see drama, right? They want this story, they want elaborate with details and make things a little chaotic, right? And that's what the internet can be for, right? You overblow a story a little bit, you get a little bit dramatic, right? So when Gabbie's like, Tara, you're saying you're crying and you hate your job all the time, I'm sure part of that can be what's really happening, but on camera things tend to be exaggerated a little bit because that's how you story tell, you know what I mean? So to take it all at face value is just very naive of Gabbie, I think.
Your heart is not in alignment with what you actually want to be doing. Your brain is not in alignment with truth. You don't like doing OnlyFans. You don't.
These are not the droids you're looking for, right? Like, when she says this, I don't know, it's just so, like, maybe I'm the only one who feels like this. And please let me know your thoughts down below because I don't want to feel like a crazy person here. But it just feels so backhanded, doesn't it? It feels so, you actually don't want this. No, trust me. That's not what you want. Maybe she can make up her own mind, right? Like, she's an individual, you know what I mean?
You can say you want to and that you love it and you don't. And this is how I know. Because when I met you and I didn't know who you were at all, and I'm listening to the Jubilee producers ask you questions about yourself, and they're trying to get out of you, what type of content do you make? Like, who are you? Like, explain how people might know you. And it took like a minute, like a few tries, maybe a few different prompts for you to say, okay, I do OnlyFans.
Let me stop you there again, Gabbie. Like, I don't even have any thoughts. I'm not even sure how to explain this to you, Gabbie. Maybe this video is for you. Don't mean to be backhanded to you, Gabbie. But X work or OnlyFans is very highly stigmatized. And so when you're meeting a stranger or a producer, or you're in a professional environment where someone asks you, oh, do you do OnlyFans? Oh, what do you do for work? And that's the job you have to talk about. It's obviously you're going to try to handle it a little more delicately. You're not just going to say, oh yeah, I do X work. It's like, well, she doesn't know these people. They're strangers to her, right? And Gabbie does says, and I don't want it to be missed, that it took her a few tries. She did tell them. It's not like she kept it a secret, right? And I don't know. I just think it's so accusatory again and so pointed, so very pointed at Tara. And I'm one of those believers, right? I know that it's a nuanced conversation, but I do think there is a lot of stigmatism around X work, and to be put down because that's what you do, I think is very wrong. And so I just have a hard time with Gabbie attacking another woman about how she earns her money, which, you know, gender aside, why are we as people attacking other people for how they earn their money? How does this affect you personally, Gabbie?
I usually like to tell people that, like, you were basically letting it be known to the people in the room. This is something I was trying to avoid saying, but I guess I have to kind of say it. I do OnlyFans. Why are you ashamed? Why don't you just, I'm an OnlyFans creator.
Again, I don't think it's coming from a place of shame. I think it's coming from a place of a little bit of fear because people can be so judgmental about it. I mean, and you're not going to see me here having OnlyFans, right? I personally am not about that, but I don't care that other people do it because it doesn't personally affect me. And if I was doing OnlyFans, I probably would be hesitant to tell people too, because there are people like Gabbie out there who make it such a big deal and try to sell it as such a horrible, inappropriate thing. And I don't know, Gabbie is obviously complaining about a problem that she is adding to, and it's very annoying to me.
So I do this, just say it. If you actually feel the way you're saying you feel about doing sex work, about putting your body on the internet, about exposing yourself, about objectifying yourself.
Ew, Gabbie, stop talking. Stop shaming this woman. I mean, she's an individual. She's a grown adult. She is choosing to do OnlyFans, right? Like, can she not have any autonomy here when you're saying, oh, she's doing this, she's exposing her body? How does this affect you, Gabbie? And if she wanted to not do it, she wouldn't be doing it. I don't understand why. I mean, I don't understand why this is such a public statement when this A, could have been private, when B, it's not Gabbie's place at all to be interfering with this person that she does really not know at all. And C, OnlyFans is a thing. Other people do it. Gabbie, are you going to come after everybody else who does it too? I'm sure there are plenty of other people out there who are perfectly fine with doing it. I'm sure there are people out there who really, really don't enjoy doing it. But clearly that doesn't feel like Tara. It just feels like she's a little exaggeratory when she complains about work, because let's be honest, it's Tara, and from what I gather, she doesn't like doing work, like at all, any kind of work. And so it makes sense that she'd be complaining about doing something at all.
About allowing your, listen, I have to say it, I'm not trying to comfort anybody's family, but the fact that your mother and your father are involved in your sexual exploitation of yourself, that your fiance.
Okay, my thoughts on this are, I don't know specifically what Gabbie's talking about here, where she says, Terry, your parents are involved in this. I don't know how they're involved in this context, and I feel like I don't need to know, in the sense that I am angry with Gabbie posting this video, right? Maybe there is a bigger problem here going on with the parents being involved, if they're involved, but why are we calling out the parents publicly too? Like, why could this, my big issue is, why could this have not stayed private? And I feel like that's a lot of the problem with people calling people out on the internet.
His family is like cool with you guys just like filming your sex life and like putting it online. There's not light in that. It's dark. It's dark.
There's not light in it for you, Gabbie, but Tara, like other people, choose to put it out and enjoy it. And I don't know, again, how does it personally affect you, right? I do understand the argument to be made that like pornography as a society is not good, right? I do think we need to not have this going on, but in the grand scheme of it is already a thing and she's already earning her money from it, why are we gonna like shame her publicly for it? There can be a nuanced conversation on this. I agree that I don't think any of it should be a thing, but I disagree in that we are calling out this one woman who is part of a whole ecosystem of people who does this because we want to publicly attack this one person. I don't think it's right.
And I'm not saying it's your parents' fault. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's your fiance's fault. Like, you're a victim to a culture. And it makes me really sad. So when I see...
Icky. And who is the one victimizing here, Gabbie? It sounds like you are. It sounds like you were trying to make her a victim.
Something about a halter top going viral. And I'm seeing everybody dogpile on you. And
Gabbie, who is adding to the dog piling and bringing something up that, mind you, no one was talking about. Everybody was going on about the shirt, which I think rightfully so. The shirt thing was crazy. Terry, you got to get over the shirt. Everyone was bringing up the shirt, and now Gabbie decides to come out of left field and be like, hey, I have a problem with this that you do. Oh, okay, are we talking about everything now?
Their thoughts are valid, their feelings are valid. Like, when I first read the message, like, girl, give me a break, I'm just like, girl, why don't you just buy the shirt? Like, I had the thought too, like, if people are offering it to you, hey, I have this shirt, but I want some money for it, honey, pay for it. Like, that was my thought, is like, I'm watching you drink these drinks every day, Celsius every day, gym membership at Barry's, gym membership at Equinox.
Now again, something to be noted here. Gabbie, you're paying very close attention to everything that Tara's doing a day. You're watching her drink these Celsius, go to the gym. You watch her, right? You are a fan of her. You are at least a consistent viewer of her. And it sounds to me like you have formed a parasocial, one-sided relationship with Tara, who does not know you.
$10 million house, I don't want to sell it. I see you're selling it. Beautiful, beautiful move. I remember when we were talking at Jubilee, I was like, sell the house. You said no. You said, I will never sell the house. I would rather struggle and suffer every single day to keep this house and get rid of it. And you're getting rid of it. God bless you, sis. That was the move.
I don't know what she's talking about with the house either, but just from an outsider's perspective who knows nothing about the situation, and please let me know if there's something I'm missing here, she's now celebrating Tara giving up and selling the house, because it's something that I guess Gabbie wants for her, but Tara said previously she didn't want to get rid of the house. I just find it odd. And maybe I need some context with that specifically, but I just find the celebrating Tara not doing well is odd. That's what this all feels like to me.
Like, you chose your peace. And now in the rest of your life, I'm encouraging you to choose your peace. Choose your peace. Is this thing that you're doing actually bringing you peace, or is it bringing you shame and embarrassment and humiliation and actually...
One more question, Gabbie. Who's bringing shame and embarrassment? It feels like you're trying to push shame and embarrassment onto Tara. I feel like she's doing pretty okay on her own here without you commenting on what she's doing. What is the goal of this video? It feels like shame and embarrassment.
Actually blocking your opportunities. You recently talked about, I don't remember the brand, but somebody had reached out to you. Girl, I watch you. I watch you.
Clearly.
Somebody had reached out for some type of brand deal, and you were like, oh, I have to send them screenshots of my Snapchat stories or my Instagram stories or something, and I can't because when I screenshot the views and impressions, like, you're gonna see that it's my tits. Girl, you're blocking your bag. You're blocking your bag. Like, you're trying to, like...
Again, maybe there's context that I'm missing for this situation, but it feels like to me when something comes up about the OnlyFans and she's not ready to film, that's her expressing her boundaries and saying, oh no, hold on, like, wait, like, you know, whatever this was, I'm trying to film something and I can't have a sponsor here, or whatever. She's taking care of herself. She's an individual adult person who is managing herself and is expressing what she wants. So when you're saying she's blocking her bag, she's making a bag. She's doing what she's doing and making the money. And it feels like Gabbie wants her to make money in a different way, but I don't know, again, why Gabbie is so personally invested in this individual.
Bring up controversy and stir up controversy in order to, like, lead people to your OnlyFans, which you hate doing. Your mom had to hit you up and be like, mortgage is due. Are you gonna make a post on OnlyFans? Your words, I'm quoting you. Your mom hit you up and said, mortgage is due.
Even if this is true, what her mom said, if there was something online where Tara's mom called her on the stream or whatever have you, and she said, hey, you need this, I feel like it's so icky to just use that as something against her. You know what I mean? I feel like it's icky. It's icky. This video is icky.
Are you gonna post a sex video with your fiance? What are you doing? Girl, ask your heart, ask your soul, ask your brain, ask the Lord. God, these blessings, this gift, these gifts you gave me, everything I ever wanted, I asked for. The money, the house, the fame.
Maybe she's putting those gifts online. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Maybe that's another thing that bothers me too here. It's just the level of parasocialness. I don't think that's a word. I think I'm making that up. that's going to become lore on my channel because I don't know what the word is. So we're going to call it that. This level of parasocialness is really starting to ick me out here, Gabbie. You're saying that's not what you want. You got everything you ever wanted. You wanted this, you wanted that. How do you know what she wants? How do you know what she wants? Are you in her mind? Are you in her head? People can say what they want and they can leave certain things out. There's things that I want in life that are not going on camera and they're for me. You know what I mean? My thoughts are my own. How can you just assume you know everything going on with her, Gabbie? It's so inappropriate.
Attention, you gave it all to me, God. You gave it all to me. How do I shepherd this? What should I do with it? Because I got everything I asked for and I still hate my life. I got everything I asked for.
But again, maybe she didn't get everything she asked for. You know what I mean? Like, who are we to know the mind of Tara going on? You know what I mean? And I just think it's inappropriate.
I'm still crying. I'm still spiraling. I got everything I asked for, yet the hate of the internet is destroying me.
And who is adding to that hate, Gabbie?
To force myself to stay out of the comment section, and I'm addicted to looking at the hate. Your words. Something I'll never understand. How can you seek out hate about yourself? I have never stepped foot in a subreddit about me.
And it shows, Gabbie, it shows. Because I'm not going to get into the comments for this video, but like, obviously there are people who are talking about Gabbie and criticizing her, rightfully so, for these crazy things that she's saying about Tara, and inserting herself into Tara's personal going-ons. And clearly the comment section's being filtered. Clearly Gabbie is not taking other people's suggestions into account. And it shows. Maybe, yeah, don't look at like mindless hate. But if there's feedback going on, people are giving you feedback for a reason. Is because they want to help you improve. That's why it's feedback, not hate. And I think Gabbie has a hard time distinguishing between feedback and hate.
When I see something about, nope, I can't Google myself. That is a blessing from the Lord. That the pain and trauma and humiliation and embarrassment was so bad for me that I literally can't look. An answered prayer. And I pray that you don't have to go through the stuff that I've been through for you to get to this point on your own. Because whether you like it or not, Tara, you are chosen by God. You are gifted.
And this is where you lose me, Gabbie. Is maybe it's because I'm not like a deeply religious person, but I feel like Gabbie, and I'm trying to be delicate here because I know that there are plenty of religious people out there and hopefully religious people watching. I want a very diverse audience here. I find it very interesting to go about this in a way that is so heavily...
This video is for Tara's world and Tara's...
I messed up the video. In a sense that is so heavily talking about how Tara's relationship with God should be. That's probably my biggest issue here, aside from how Gabbie is so one-sided relationship with Tara. My biggest issue is Gabbie suggesting what Tara's relationship with God should look like. Because I've had people suggest how my relationship with God should look like. Whether there's a relationship or not there, that whole thing going on, right, is between me and my big, beautiful black girl upstairs, right? Like God, right? Like God is a beautiful black woman. And I know I'm definitely going to upset some people with this. Whatever the case is with religion, right? It's between that person and the universe. And so... I don't know. I just don't understand why Gabbie feels so entitled to push this on to Tara. Maybe because Gabbie refuses to look at feedback and accept some criticism. Maybe that's where it comes from.
And I want to see you win, Mega. You have it. Like, you have it. It's in your fingertips. Do not fumble this bag. Do not fumble your life. It's never too late to change your mind. It is never too late to change your mind.
And... what if she's already made up her mind? That's my thing here, is just why are we not allowing this grown adult woman to do her job? And if she wants to change her mind, I'm sure she will, right? She has autonomy. I don't understand why, again, this couldn't have been a private conversation, and why Gabbie is treating her like she can't take care of herself and make up her own decisions, you know?
You're not in too deep. You can change your mind. And there are going to be people waiting for you with open arms, cheering you on. So, so proud of you. So loving, accepting, welcoming, and forgiving toward you. I love you, sis. I love you.
Okay, well, thank God we got through that. That's the end of that. I don't know. I feel like my reaction is the same from the beginning as to the end, which is that it was just very uncomfortable, very religion pushy, right? I don't know what religion Tara is, or if she follows any, or where she lies on that spectrum there. But to insist that she have a relationship with God, or she correct the incorrect relationship with God that's going on, or to ask him or her or they all of these personal deep questions. Why are you inserting yourself? Why are you adding this and making this a bigger problem? She is an adult. You're putting down another woman, right? You're shaming her for her job publicly. It's just icky to me. I don't know. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know if I'm like wildly out of left field here. Let's have a very civil discussion without pushing things onto people. And, you know, we can have open minds here. I think it's a bigger topic to be had about X work specifically, but in this context of X work is already a thing. She already has a job. She's already making money. She complains about it here and there, as anyone does with their job, because work is work and it's annoying. And again, maybe there's something I'm missing because I don't know Tara or watch her, but I think having seen Gabbie on the internet plenty of times before, I'd still like to see her less on the internet. And I don't know, clearly Gabbie has gone through this religious era, and it's giving, oh, I've changed. I'm above everyone else now because I've gone through this and everyone else needs to experience this. It's giving when people go and they take, and I have to bleep that word out, but it sounds like Alaska, but it's not Alaska. It's a substance, an substance. It's giving when people take that and then they go on this crazy spiritual UGG journey, the UGG journey, and I don't know. I'm trying to use the code words. It's not working here. It's giving out of touch, Gabbie. Please just, if you have something to tell her in person. You claim you're close, right? Then you must have her number. You must have a way to contact her. I don't know. The comments were definitely majority against Gabbie, but again, I was shocked to see that there were things like Trisha Paytas commented and was showing her support for Gabbie here and was like, yes, this is amazing. This is the message, you know? And I'm just like, girl, like, we all know this is all public, right? Like, I don't know. Trisha and Gabbie had never gotten along. Maybe this is Trisha's way of extending an olive branch. I think it's weird. I think all of it's weird. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sorry to have rambled. Maybe we'll try to do more reaction videos like this. And if this video never sees the light of day, then I didn't want to edit it and I hated the way it turned out. So, but again, I choose to be here and doing this. And even though I complain about editing, I can still make up my own mind about it. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.